Israeli scientists developed a new and extremely effective cancer therapy, but they never found a way to make this therapy easily accessible to patients. Dr. Ohad Karnieli and his team are working hard to remedy that.
What a view. What an amazing view.
Yeah.
You guys, from what we hear, are doing something amazing here. Something that is going to be groundbreaking, something that we're going to be reading about for many years to come.
So yes, when you look at cancer, it's a very complicated disease. It's a personalized disease. So the disease looks different in every different patient. So how does it work? Well, we have in our body cells that know to attack disease cells.
But the immune system.
Right, it's part of the immune system. We shouldn't have cancer, but something goes wrong and it doesn't do that job. So what we're doing is we're taking a blood sample, isolating a few of these cells, engineering them now to identify the specific cancer of that specific patient, and practically sending an army of directed patient's own T cells to that cancer. And practically the cancer is eliminated.
For good.
For good.
In one shot.
In one shot.
That's amazing.
Now you're probably asking then how come people are still dying? Because this has been approved 3 years ago. And the reason is it's almost impossible to manufacture because it's a per patient.
It's per person.
Yes. And that's practically where Adva Biotechnology comes into the picture.
So do we get to see how this machine works?
Yes, let's go to the lab.
Awesome.
So basically, from the patient side, it's almost nothing. They'll come to the hospital, they'll give a blood donation. That blood will go to the machine. The machine will basically separate the correct cells, engineer them. After about 10 days, the patient will come back to the hospital, receive that bag of now his own targeted T cells to target cancer, inject it in, and then within a few days, practically the cells attack the cancer and the cancer is eliminated.
So you've essentially built a lab in a box.
A lab with the scientist in it.
Yeah.
But the scientist
So instead of this thing, you would have had a room full of people in suits working away on the little vials. It's all happening in the machine.
Yes.
How big of a facility is this replacing?
This is replacing about a team of 5 to 8 people, 2 or 3 rooms. So it's a dramatic reduction.
And I'm looking at the amount of information that it's monitoring live. It's very substantial.
Yes, and that's the major difference than anything else. Because if you want to take the brain of a scientist and that art and make it a process, you have to have a lot of information. And then calculate out of it what is the next step to do. That's exactly what's happening here. We prove the product, we know it works. Next year, we're going to do a pilot, and hopefully the year later, we'll start mass production, scale up everything, start supporting these therapies all over the world.
The implications of Dr. Karnieli's work are beyond incredible. And from inception to application, this technology is 100% Israeli. Meanwhile, Professor Makhluf is applying her latest biotech research to cutting-edge industries. The path to success isn't easy. But for Professor Makhluf and Dr. Karnieli, there's no way around it.
It is a high-risk industry, but high-risk is a synonym name for Israeli entrepreneurial. We like to have challenges, we love high risk, and we are not afraid to take the chance.
It's a gift to work on something you know that will affect the lives of people.
All this in a little country in the Middle East that just happens to be the homeland of the people through which God promised to bless the whole world.